Hello there everyone and welcome back to The Lovely Grind. My name is Michael Prevey and my website is www.lovelygrind.com. That's where you're going to find blog posts about spiritual growth, professional fulfillment, and a balanced approach to total health. That's also this month of February 2019 where you're going to find blog posts about my prescription drug withdrawal experience. That's what these videos are about, prescription drug withdrawal from benzodiazepines and antidepressants, and that's what my blog posts are going to be about oftentimes on that website as well. I've shared a little bit in the past about my story on these videos and in those blog posts, and I'm going to continue to share that. My experience involved withdrawal from Paxil, which is an SSRI antidepressant, and Xanax, a benzodiazepine tranquilizer. Those were medications that I was put on when I was a 21-year-old college student for social anxiety and panic attacks, and although I had some reservations about taking medications every day at first, I decided to stop questioning it and just accept the fact that I needed them, quote unquote, and I kept taking them for nearly a decade and a half until it became apparent to me by my mid-30s that I needed to give it a real solid shot to get off them once and for all before it was too late. So that's what I did. And when I did, I was hit by withdrawal, and it was a frightening experience. It was a challenging experience, and it was something I wasn't prepared for because I hadn't really anticipated it. I wasn't educated about it, and I know that's the case for many people out there too. They're really surprised when it hit them, and then they're kind of stumbling around for a while looking for information, trying to figure out what's going on with me. Why do I feel like this? Is there a name for it? Is there a solution for it? So that's what today's video is about. It's about describing the process. What does the prescription drug withdrawal process feel like? What is it that hits us in our mind and our bodies when we stop taking benzo medications like Xanax or Klonopin or Paxil, SSRI medications like Paxil, or any of the other so many antidepressants that are available out there nowadays, whether it's SSRI or SNRI or some other sort, or even some antipsychotic medications that people are given. Oftentimes, people are prescribed many of these medications because they're going through withdrawal, because doctors say the solution for withdrawal is to take another pill that might then have a withdrawal. So it's a kind of backward scenario, but to get back to my point, what does withdrawal feel like? How do we describe it to people? Well, it's difficult to describe. I can start by describing some of the symptoms I went through, and there's so many that I'm not going to be able to remember them all or describe them all in detail, but it started out at first with flu-like symptoms for me. Severe anxiety, otherworldly anxiety, the sort that's very hard to operate on, the sort where you're maybe getting an hour of total sleep at first and then a couple hours of total sleep. And it's not restorative sleep. It feels as if you haven't slept at all. You don't feel refreshed. So a lot of night sweats, night terrors, nightmares. There's heightened anxiety, not the regular level of anxiety, but a whole nother level of anxiety. A lot of restlessness, a lot of fear, just fear in general, fear of the world, fear of existence, fear of the future, fear of everything. There was a lot of depression. A lot of thick depression, a lot of depression to the point where it's difficult to ever see the good things in life or in the day or in the situation or good things at all. It was difficult to smile or laugh for a very long time. It's difficult to hang on to any sort of positive perspective. I needed a lot of constant reminding by my wife and my parents and my brothers and other people that, hey, this isn't the end of the world. You're not dying here. You will get through this. Look at this positive aspect of your life. Be grateful for this positive aspect of your life. There was strange mental symptoms, intrusive thoughts, whether it's an image or sort of just troubling thought that would flash through the head sometimes. There was getting lost in one's own head. That was very difficult for me. I could be in a car full of people, and it would feel as if I wasn't there with them. It doesn't matter if I was close to them or I had felt close to them, if they were family members. I felt like I was lost in my own troubling thoughts and I couldn't escape. That's that sort of depersonalization, derealization. That's a part of it as well, I think, is getting lost in your own head. but also the other DPDR stuff where you just feel as if you're not connected to anything, as if you're an observer. The rest of the movies, or the rest of the world is a movie and you're kind of watching it and so forth. So those are some of the emotional and mental symptoms and physical symptoms. There's also many body pains for me, stabbing pains in my thighs, burning sensations in my back, hypersensitivity to stress, kind of a paranoia that everyone was ill-intentioned and out to get me and no one was really looking out for my best interest. There was a lot of guilt. How did I get here? Why did I get here? I would remember past mistakes and so forth. Those were some of the symptoms that hit me, in addition to many others. So that's part of what the withdrawal feels like. But it also, how else can I describe it? There's more graphic ways to describe it. Ways that can perhaps give people a better sort of way to enter into the experience without having experienced it themselves. It's as if a portal was opened up to the worst of the human experience. As if the worst parts of a day, and we all go through parts of the day where we're feeling down or anxious or suspicious of others, not trusting and so forth. It's like a portal's opened up and that's all we're able to experience is the negative for a while. It feels at times like you're being tortured by the devil or by his minions, as if it's a very spiritual battle, which I believe that it is a spiritual battle, a battle for our souls, as this existence is in general. But it's really layers of reality peeled back, and it's as if you can see these demonic forces kind of poking and prodding at you and trying to rip you away from anything good. That's another way to describe this experience. It also feels like you're perhaps succumbing to some disease. Feels as if your body and mind are deteriorating, like in early onset Alzheimer's, or any other number of insidious scenarios. That's in a very real sense what it feels like, and it just feels plain scary. I mean, I think that's a great way to describe it too. It's painful, it's scary, it's kind of like Groundhog Day if it lasts for a while, which it did for me. You think it's getting better, and then the next morning, well, it's still there for a while. The good news is it does get better. So I usually don't go into this much detail describing symptoms and the negative aspects of withdrawal, because we all already know what those symptoms are. If you're watching this video, you're familiar with pain, you're familiar with the suffering, you're familiar with the Groundhog Day scenario, the mental symptoms, the physical symptoms. So I make these videos to offer positivity and a calm voice of reason and perspective and reassurance, because I found healing. And I'm confident everyone out there will as well. All of you watching this video, I'm confident you'll find healing as well. If you keep taking in positive information, make the proper lifestyle changes, and find the proper support to survive a week at a time, and then a month at a time, until you turn huge corners and things really become so much better than you could have ever imagined. So please, remember to stay positive, remember to find the proper support, remember that the scenario doesn't last forever, and remember to describe your scenario to others. Describe it to family members, describe it to other people online, find that support, but don't wallow in the negative aspects of it. Take a note of all your improvements as well, and ask other people, well, what improvements have you seen? So cling on to that positivity as well. Describe the negative aspects, but don't dwell on them. My name is Michael Preby. My website is lovelygrind.com. I hope you'll go there and look at some of my blog posts. I have some there, again, describing what I went through and what it felt like to take the drugs, to have the drugs stop working, to go through the withdrawal experiences, and to find the healing. I describe all those things at the website, so I hope you'll go there and read my blog posts, sign up for the free monthly newsletter. Also subscribe to this YouTube channel, share my videos with others. Leave me questions and comments. You can describe a little bit about how it feels for you. What terms would you use to describe it? What sort of metaphors would you use to describe it? What sort of analogies? So leave me those questions and comments, and remember to go to my websites, also michaelpribywriter.com. I've got blog posts there talking about different things, but also withdrawal and some of my experiences, what I went through, describing those for others to read about. So I hope you'll visit those, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, and I hope you stay connected here for the whole year. Until next time, please remember to take care of yourself and your dreams.